Well, darling, there's only one God. Darling, there's only...
Welcome to the Dirty Bag Podcast. I'm your host, Cookie, and as always, thank you so much for rocking with your girl today. You could be anywhere, but you are here with me. Guess who I'm back with? Guess who we back with? Guess who we back with? Rich Auntie Wellness.
Hey, I'm back.
Herbun Healing.
Come on, CEO.
Come on.
Back in the building.
Back in the building.
I'm back. I'm back.
She back. She back. She back.
She back.
Go on. We had to run it back.
Listen, the
We
people
had to
told
run
me
it back.
they wanted me to come back like a period, and I ain't never heard nothing like that before. I apologize. I don't want no problems, and my mama won't stop texting me, so let me put my phone on silent. Shout out to my mama. I love you, lady.
Mama,
Mama,
you gave us this bougie ass girl, 'cause we know that she's hood adjacent.
Yes.
You
Mama.
still got some classism in you.
I do definitely have some classism and elitism all sprinkles up in me. Shout out to my mama, okay, who just returned from the #1 rated resort by Forbes in Jamaica, which will also indicate.
Wait, which one?
Half Moon K. Half Moon K, Half Moon
See,
Bay.
I only know, what's it in Montego Bay? I don't know.
It's in Montego Bay.
Damn.
It's in Montego Bay. Villas.
Oh, she's in the villas. When you got some villas, you're some real money.
Villas. Whole crew was in the villas, and she said she want to bring me back, and I was like, well, you don't have to leave. I can get on a flight.
You gonna add another country?
Yeah.
We just getting off of fucking Mexico.
Nope. Don't worry. I'm leaving again. I told you I wanted to be
Told
gone.
y'all she gonna come back with another certification from another country. At this
Well.
point, we going from womb. What we doing next? Toes?
We gonna
What we doing?
we gonna stick to the womb. I ain't ready
Okay.
to. I mean, I guess I do feet massages. Part of my bladder lifts involve me touching your feet.
You be touching bunions?
I touch bunions. I touch corns. I touch ashy feet, lotion feet, all the feet, dirty feet. I touch feet.
Oh,
I do.
Wow.
Cause we just. I mean, listen. I need your bladder to be lifted. I need to grab your feet. I got to put your feet on my shoulders.
That sounded like
We
a
be-
whole lot of freaky shit.
I mean, it kind of, when you see me do it, it definitely look like I'm
It's
doing
freaky.
some things that I probably shouldn't be doing because I got somebody's feet on my shoulders and I'm shaking them. So,
Oh God!
And
When's
I'm
the last time
and
I
I'm
had
straddling
my
them.
feet on somebody's shoulder shaking?
and I'm straddling them. So it's a whole thing. But it's
You
not
like them
sexual.
homeboys on Instagram that be doing them damn massages with the
Hell
R&B.
no. No. Let me go ahead and there is nothing sensual about what I'm doing. What I am doing is healing. I am putting organs back into alignment. I am not trying to bring no passionate stimulation to nobody. Now, should some women do have thoughts, sensual thoughts during their womb massage, I am not going internal. I am truly on top of the abdomen. Nothing ever
that's
goes.
where it starts.
I don't put nothing nowhere. But when you start pushing on a womb or moving an ovary or touching a fallopian tube, you don't know what trapped energy you're unlocking or what you are now allowing to flow. So some
What feedback
freaky deep.
have you gotten from the ones you've done so far? Like, what do people say afterwards?
The #1 and the first thing that everybody says after they get up off the floor or the massage table, depending on what they get, is I feel different.
Okay.
I feel lighter. I feel my womb has been lifted. I did a womb massage and a bladder lift on someone today, and when she stood up, everyone in the room was like, "You look lifted." Like her organs, her body, like everything shifted up. It shifts everything. People don't feel as much pressure. They feel relief, like you can truly feel your womb shifting, coming up. And not everybody's womb is out of place, but you still can use a massage to help the energy flow better.
I got an energy question. Okay.
Let's do it.
So you know how I know when I had a therapist, last time I had a therapist, she would talk about how she had to go to therapy also because you can't treat people without taking care of yourself as well.
1,000.
So when we talk about these womb massages and all that energy, do you feel like what I'm saying may or may not make sense? Like you picking up on folks' energy to the point where you have to take some time for yourself to get things done to you so that you balance? Like, how does that work?
So, #1, I have certain clothes that I will wear when I go do it that correlate with energies that I want to call in. I keep protective herbs on my left pocket because the left side is the feminine side, and I don't want anybody's
Oh, I didn't know that.
negative trap, trauma, trigger being able to filter into my feminine, because I already got enough that I'm trying to unpack and deal with on my own. Yeah. So I keep certain herbs on me. I have crystals that I will keep on me or on my person. I have a routine for when I go home and what I do. Before I go do massages and after, what I will do to bring myself back right, to ground myself, to cleanse myself, to center myself. It's a whole thing. And then I'm sad because my sabador is in Mexico and I don't have anyone here to do it. So I have to do womb massages on myself, but it's not the same. And I go get, I have my own self-care routine for stuff that I go do to help me tap back into my feminine and detach. And a lot of it is done in the garden. A lot of it is grounding work in the garden. A lot of it is me being outside, in the sun, in the soil, in water.
That process, what does somebody tell me called? It's earthing?
Yeah, they call it
earthing.
all kind of, well, listen, earthing.
Barefoot.
What we've been doing, running around barefoot outside. Like, come on.
He was an activist. He was one of them cats during protest era. I was like, you got to go outside and you got to put your feet in the grass. I was like,
I mean, you do. Okay, you do need to go out. More people need to go outside barefoot. More folks need to go stick their feet on the grass. More people need to go stick their feet in some dirt.
Get off social media and go put your feet in some dirt.
Leave your phone.
Please leave your phone
in the house. Let me help you out. So you're going to leave your phone in the house, right?
Can y'all do it?
You're going to go outside. You're going to take your shoes off. You're going to walk in some grass. You're going to stand in the grass. You're going to count to 10. You're going to take some deep breaths. You might even go hug a tree. But you need to go do these things so that you can ground yourself. And
no phone.
Grounding is not for the chakra people. Because I'm a chakra person. But one of the things about the root chakra, people will take that literally and they will visualize themselves. And there's a lot of meditation people who tell you to do this. Visualize yourself as your feet being roots that go into the ground and go deeper and deeper and deeper. That is the opposite of what grounding looks like. You need to be looking at how you can pull the energy from the earth to flow back up through you. Not how you are locking yourself down into it. I don't want to be a rooted tree that can't be moved.
Oh, that's a quote. I don't want to be a rooted tree that can't be moved. That can apply to so many different things.
So many things. I want to be deeply rooted, but I don't want to be unmovable. I don't want to be unmovable. I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to be in one box. My tree likes to fly.
Ooh, and how's your tree been flying lately?
It's been
since the last conversation.
You know, listen, I feel like I was just here a week ago. I mean, I know it's been a little bit longer than that, but
oh my God.
I feel like I was just here a week ago. Because me and you been cutting up on the cut up.
The people, listen, y'all are nosy asses.
We be cutting up.
We do, because it be time for like real ass conversations that y'all don't be wanting to have, so we got to pull that shit out of y'all. That's the problem, is y'all don't be wanting to be real about stuff. Or I hope we gave y'all space to have adult conversations.
Ooh, I hope that people are having adult. I think they are, though. A lot of people who have reached out to me who've been like, yeah, I listened to it, or they saw the clips that, you know, you shared or I've reshared or whatever the case may be. Shout out to Dear Silas who shared it as well, because we know y'all seen that clip when he shared it.
Oh my goodness. Shout out to him, because you just never know. When you put out good energy, people will see it. And when you real recognize real and positivity.
Real recognizes real, and real also recognizes when you talking them facts, because somatic movement is a thing. Somatic movement is a thing. Folks think I'll just be out here making stuff up.
Oh, yeah.
But we have energy trapped in our body. We got to get it out.
Could we shift the culture if we all started doing the right type of movements with us? I feel like right now it's just there's an overload. It's just this has been a long week. It's been a long 2 weeks.
We could shift so much if people would stick their hands in some dirt. If they would go hug a tree, if they would shake, pop, twerk, if they understood the rhythm to why the people in Africa are twerking the way they twerking. And it's not about trying to entice a man to pop you on the booty.
But you see, Meg got drugged recently. I mean, she didn't get drugged. Everybody was judging. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Come on.
Public service announcement.
Here we go. Come on.
If you don't want to see titties and twerking, don't go see Megan Thee Stallion or Janelle Monáe. Report to the closest Kojic convention and proceed accordingly. I don't understand what the problem is. The people say, oh, Megan's whole show was about sex. 95% of her songs is about sex. So what did you think the show was going to be about? And I guarantee you the people at Essence knew. Also, what we not finna do is sit here and act like the Isley Brothers, the Gap Band, and all these people wasn't walking around with crop tops and penis prints humping the stage singing about sex, sex toys, pleasure, and pain.
Honestly.
What we not finna do is act like Tina wasn't out here twisting and shimmering and giving us leg, body, yada, 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 yada. What we not finna do is sit here and act like we don't have a history of showing our bodies.
Yeah.
Y'all not, man, come on.
It's the respectability that came in. Everybody was like, well, I don't think she looked at, they don't know what the audience is.
I'm sorry. Listen,
Wait,
I didn't
there's
look
a rainbow?
There's a whole rainbow. Look at that.
Hold on.
You see it? Or am I the only one that can see it over here?
Wait.
Low. It's a whole rainbow. I just looked up.
It is. That's got to mean something.
Hold on, because now I
What
got
does
to
it
take
mean?
a picture.
What does it mean? We got a rainbow in the studio, y'all. Well, it's overlooking the studio.
Because I need to encapsulate. I got to take a picture of the dirty bag with the rainbow behind it.
Come on now.
Come on. And now I can't see nothing because
It
my
means
glasses
something.
just got foggy. But
It has to mean something, y'all. It's a rainbow.
sorry, that was random. But I got to
Look, we
stop.
capture. We have real moments in here. It's got to mean something.
I can't see nothing with these glasses.
Lord, bless this platform.
Lord,
Putting
I
rainbows
lift your name
outside
on high.
while
That's
we
why-
talking about Meg Thee Stallion and
Janelle.
Janelle Monáe. But hold up, do you know what really had Janelle Monáe like getting even more freer with the titties? She talked about how she decided on her album cover because Nia Long saw the photos and said, that's your album cover right there. You got some nice titties. This is why I say black women really don't do stuff for y'all's gays. We do it. We gas each other up to do these things. We don't be worried about y'all.
The fact
It ain't
that,
about trying to entice y'all.
The fact that people are only emphasizing the point that she made, which
You cannot police me. Get off my areola.
get off my areola.
Ola.
Because my favorite part about all of it is she didn't just randomly whip her titty out at the Essence. She whipped her titty out on the line about get off my areola, and her areola was covered.
It was.
So what's the difference between her pulling a boobie out on stage with a covered areola than Tyra Banks or anybody else who was on Sports Illustrated with the triangle? Ting, ting.
Oh yeah.
What's the difference when they just cover this with the bathing suit? What's the diff?
Josephine Baker has entered the chat. Josephine Baker has entered the chat. So women have been,
Come on with all her
accepting
babies.
their bodies and, just being free within their skin for a long time. It just feels like, y'all, the policing is out of control. Y'all, it's 2023. We're going to do what we want.
Well,
We're honestly going to do what
They're
we
going to
want.
keep policing other people. It's a control thing. It's a whole. It's a lot.
Shout out to Keke Palmer.
Why you want to get me cranked?
I'm not
up
gonna do it.
today.
I know we need to mind our business.
Somebody-
For real. It's
So okay, I dropped a little video about Keke at like 2:00 in the morning. Cause here's the deal. I was tired. I had had enough. I've had enough. Plus, I had watched like 45 minutes of Princella and Charleston White go back and forth, and so I was already in my bag. I was already feeling some type of way.
okay.
So here's the thing about Keke, and this is what I'm gonna see if I can say it politely without.
You finna say it how you finna say it. Don't come on here with that. Don't
Well,
start faking the funk.
I
now.
don't want to curse.
Say what you need to say.
What I'm gonna need people to do, listen, if you was offended, let me look. If you were offended by Keke Palmer's baby daddy and what he had to say about her ass cheeks being out down to the Usher concert, I'm gonna invite you to be more concerned about the nigga you let nothing you. And the wreckage of your life that he has left behind. And until we can address those hot messes, then we need to leave other folks alone and they hot messes. I'm not saying that man was right, because I don't agree with him. He was wrong for publicly coming at his baby mama, who was the primary breadwinner. He was wrong for coming at the mother of his child, period, publicly. I don't care how you feel about what I did. You don't disrespect me in public, never. And maybe that's just because I used to date all these Africans, and that's like the number one rule in African cultures. And yes, I know Africa is a continent, and there are many countries.
Yes.
I've been an international
Yes.
player. I've dated and dabbled across the continent. You don't disrespect somebody publicly. If you got an issue, you pull them to the side, you wait till you get home, whatever the case
Right.
may be. You don't hop on the Twitters and the Instagram and try and shame somebody about what they're wearing in the name of their mother. Did she check you for your hoochie daddy shorts before you left the house?
Oh, them was draws.
Do she be on you? Do she check you about how much you spent on her American Express this month?
Nigga.
Do she check you about any of those things? So don't be worried about, oh, she's a mother. Well, she was a mother when she paid them bills too. See, and this is why. But okay, back to my point. My point is, enough of us have let enough niggas nut in us, whether it resulted in a child or not, that has left us with a whole lot of traumatic energy in our wombs.
True.
We let these dudes bust off all their frustrations and problems inside of us, splacow up against the walls, every bit of their anger, they frustration, who they mama made them mad today, the job pissed them off, and then they want to come over at night with a hot and ready and a bottle of Stella Rosa and then lay up in the bed with you and bang, 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 bang with no thoughts and affection for even getting you warmed up and ready. The hot and ready, more hot and ready than you were when they stuck it in there. Then they bust off up in you and then they roll over and they sleep good, and you trying to figure out why you having horrible dreams because you just let this nigga put all his transgressions inside of you. So yes, while we all have thoughts about I'm sorry, thoughts and prayers for Kiki, sorrows and prayers for Kiki and her baby daddy, but I'm more concerned about what I can do about the folks who are letting niggas nut in them recklessly with all type of abandonment.
Now, I didn't have hot takes about it, honestly. I think that for some mothers who have experienced having the father of their child do things in similar ways, it might have hit a sore spot. So for me, I'm always speaking to the new mothers because new mommies go through this. Now, once you had one and you seasoned, you don't give a fuck. Listen, after somebody gives birth, you go through something. You're trying to find your sexy back. You got this new body, this whole new life. Mm-hmm. So to give birth and then to go to an Usher concert shortly after and to have that man look at you the way he does.
See, she
would have came home and grabbed that boy's ankles. She would have came home and let all that excitement off on him.
Listen,
so had he worked it right. Had he worked it right, because that's what y'all dudes do anyways. You go to the strip club, you go home, and you bang your girls. I just want to say to the new mommies, do not feel shamed when you still want to feel sexy. It's okay for you to still want to be desired. It's okay. Because I know what it is to be a new mom and to have your baby daddy say stuff like, well, you outside in these streets. I went through that. So I know what it looks like and it feels like. And when somebody is losing control, the best way to do it is to shame you about the thing that will hurt you the most, and that's being a mother.
Well, and that don't have nothing to do with her or her body. That's about him and his own insecurities and being territorial. And it don't even have nothing to do with that. It's about how are other black men gonna feel about me? How are other men going to see me? Oh, now I'm getting. Somebody said
check
it.
Usher.
Somebody said it. One of my friends on Facebook was like, "Yo, he was getting flamed up in a group chat."
Oh God!
His boys was probably sending. He was at the house burping the baby. Somebody probably sending him like, "Yo, dog, you seeing this?
Organize that milk, nigga."
and probably went in about his baby mama cakes being out, and then he lost it and fired off on Twitter, and now he off all social media because he out here feeling bad.
Oh no, he peeked back in to talk some shit.
He did.
Well, he just peeked in to say, turn
to
your
Twitter.
No, basically just to say I turned my notifications off. It was like I turned my notifications off.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares about your notifications, sir. We don't care about that.
Your DM's going up to glory anyways.
Gone. They R.I.P. What did his baby mama say? Sorry to that man. That is the exact how we feel about it. Sorry to that man.
You can't even get logged onto the new apps now, sir.
Oh,
it's a whole new.
Listen, I want to go to the barbecue, but this is what I will say though.
Instagram fired back. They got their own threads now. I said, black on, we can't have nothing, can we?
Never. So this is what I will say about Kiki. I guess not the last thing, but this is where my thoughts were. I am more concerned about who's doing Kiki's aftercare. What kind of hip closures is she getting? What kind of postpartum support is she getting? What type of womb massages is she getting to help her put herself back in alignment? Who is there to support her emotionally right now while she's going through postpartum, and this nigga is being a clown on the internet?
Nobody's talking about that part because it's going to impact her. But she also was on it. They did a podcast together about 2 weeks ago or something. She said that she likes to handle everything in-house. So the fact that this happened after she said she don't like her business in the streets. So, I mean, yeah, she's having a ball, and I know she bossed up and she got back to work, but that instinct and that motherly part of you is feeling it because this person
out here
that you just gave,
you.
well, what he did was he opened the door for her to get disrespected by other people, which I felt was on purpose. You know what? You know, you wanted them to come humble her, and it backfired.
Oh, Jesus. Because let me tell you.
I'm
a different person now, but you can't embarrass me like that in public, and you can't put me out there to be blasted by somebody else, because that means you don't have the same level of protection and care and love for me that I thought you did.
Protection. Let's park it there.
This protection.
Let's park it there.
Where is the protection? Where is the protecting of black women? Where is the protecting of black women when it comes to black women that we don't agree with, a.k.a. Janelle, a.k.a. Meg?
We don't. We just had this conversation. We protect what we feel is worthy of being protected. I said it once, I'm going to say this again. The difference between black men and black women. I'm not trying to keep this war between us. I want us to get along. But when it comes to black men, y'all, we can say, I want you to do better. You get on my nerves. You're doing some fuckboy shit. But when something happens to you, we gonna ride. You don't have to qualify for our protection. We don't ask questions. We ride first, we ask questions later.
Well, that is also because we are the birth of civilization. So it is very hard for us to look at black men and not see ourselves reflected in them. It's how do you look at a black man and not see yourself? You are me. I am you. But black men don't have the same experience with that because they are not physically creating and birthing life. So when I see a black man, I see myself.
Yeah.
I immediately give grace that they would not extend. I immediately give love and support that they would not extend to my detriment. You know, I knew it was wild when my male bestie told me, Clarice, quit giving these niggas slack. Like you be out here doing too much for black men. You need to stop. Anytime a black man tells you you're doing too much.
The last male guest I had on here, Leon Wise, he said, I really want black women to be his exact words was, I want black women to be released from the shackles.
We got to get out of them.
And I said, I never thought I would see the day where I would be like, you know what? But it's over time, it gets exhausting. Because the fact of the matter is, we love y'all with everything we have. Don't get it twisted. We really do love y'all.
Every fiber of my core.
We love y'all. But how many times are we gonna listen to y'all go, the reason y'all? I've never argued with so many people as I did with the whole situation with old girl getting punched.
The way I just got this chill all over my body. Now don't even.
It was hard. I got attacked. I definitely got attacked online for that. And
I don't remember who said it or who brought it up because I'm not going to sit here and act like this is my original thought. But the fact that them women had the audacity to put on Knockout King shirts standing over his casket speaks to the generational trauma that's going on in that community, in that family, in that city. Because that's a lot of pressure right there. Also, can we address the fact that, are y'all okay? Because if he was the Knockout King, baby cakes. Listen, she is a responsible little one out here.
Oh, she knows about the.
Look, come on, she responsible.
You know that, y'all. My child is a studio. I have a studio
baby.
toddler.
She is the tot, okay, and the cutest. But she also is out here saving the environment like she on her Captain Planet right now. She's trying to put these cans up in the right place. I love it. But what was I saying?
It wasn't your original thought.
Oh, but are they safe? Are they okay? Because if he out here beating on random women in the store, because
it was said that somebody said that like another girlfriend he had
charges
that he was,
or something.
I don't know if he got charges, but he beat somebody else's ass.
Okay, well,
his family was cutting up on Facebook. But I'm just but when
if he's beating his exes behind and he's beating random woman in the store, then how many times he didn't hit his mama? How many times he pushed her down? How many times he didn't disrespected his granny or verbally abused her? How many times does he verbally abuse his female cousins or physically abuse them?
And it turned into a conversation about, well, y'all women don't want to listen to. I said, why are y'all making this a romantic thing? You ain't got sisters, nieces. Why are we talking about this? We're talking about in general. So I'm confused.
Well, I'll be the first one to say it. I am not listening to most of you niggas. No, I'm not. Because most of you niggas have not done anything to prove that you are the person worthy of me listening to in the first place. Oh. You ain't even protecting and providing for yourself, so why would I listen to you? If you can't cover yourself, why am I going to walk behind you for some covering and some protection and some guidance? So you can walk us off the river? Because if you don't have a black woman secretly doing the work for you.
And
when I say doing the work, I mean emotional labor. I mean physical labor. I mean financial labor. I mean, spiritual labor.
Yep.
Your grandmama been laboring for you down at the altar since 88. Knees is ashy dry because of how much she stayed down there behind you. Your mama been putting money on it for you, paying off your child support and whatever else the case may be since forever when. Your girlfriend is out there going to therapy to get her stuff together to get you together. But you want me to follow you and listen to you. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? I listen to my father all the time. I listen to my brothers all the time. I listen to them because they have shown themselves proved. There are other black men in my life that I will gladly listen to. I will follow off a cliff because I know if they saying we going over this cliff, it means it's something better for me on the other side of this cliff.
But you know what's crazy? I always said it's better to let another black man talk to another black man in these conversations. But y'all, King Dr. Umar, y'all didn't even want to listen to him recently.
Woo-wee. I didn't never think I'd be out here in these streets caping for
said
Dr.
the
Umar.
day you got me agreeing with some damn Dr. Umar, the rapture or whatever is coming.
Because there has to
Is
be
it
accountability.
near?
There has to be some accountability.
How do we even get there? And that didn't even work.
Okay, so
They didn't listen to him.
I guess 30 minutes ago before we started this, I had to look up and check the time. Y'all, I'm tired, yet tired in the spirit, but I'm here in the flesh. So someone asked me about the work that I do, about being a womb care specialist, because
Yes.
I am transitioning from I'm out here to heal everybody, I'm out here to support everybody, to being very intentional that this is rich auntie wellness. And rich does not mean finances. It means rich within life and wealth of health.
Right.
I'm being very intentional about making space for our wombs. Someone asked me, do you feel like we need to that I as a black woman need to create spaces to help black men learn how to support black women? And I said, no. Black men deserve spaces where they can be safe and supported and learn how to support black women.
Right.
But it's not my responsibility to teach you that. I'm not putting my energy into it no more. I apologize, but a black man burned me 2 months ago over a business deal, and that was the end of it for me with black men. And I mean that from my core. That was the final cut.
Everybody kind of has their breaking point.
That was it. I was like, I bet I won't. So no, I am not teaching or holding space or creating space, because who held space for me to show me how to pick you up off the ground?
We just did it.
Where's the seminar at for black women to learn how to support and love and nurture and heal black men from the root? And what black man is investing his money in that? When you show me the black men who are investing their money in teaching black women how to support black men, then I will think about spending some time creating safe spaces for black women to learn how to support black men, or black men to learn how to support black women. But last time I checked, I can't think of a brother that's out here saying, sisters, come to me. Let me heal you, help you, and then teach you how to go over here and support this black man in the best way. So then why is it my responsibility? And why is it not their own brothers pulling them in and saying, say, dog, I don't really, the way you talking to your lady, or the way you moving, or the way you doing this, the way you doing that. Why are they not creating those spaces? Why are they not having these conversations at the barbershop?
Because the conversation is about y'all just need to choose better. And he brought up a good point. Again, I can't believe I was agreeing with him, but he was like, well, who created this?
I mean, we do need to choose better.
Well, of course we do.
We do. But this is also, we get emotionally blinded in our choosing.
Yes.
We give that grace. We start out with our choosing with a whole piece of grace that other people don't have and don't get.
Right.
And don't extend to us.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't have grace extended to us, we extend it to everybody else.
Don't we though?
Off the rip.
Don't we?
So we extending grace to everybody off the rip. Then we turn around and I'm supposed to give you even more grace. And then I'm supposed to reach within myself and give you everything I've got to make it safe and special for you as a black man, but I can't expect the same thing from myself. Who finna hold me up? All them black men that stood in that restaurant and watched that woman get popped in the face.
But the way I tell you, people tried to go, well, it wasn't that many. The old dude that was in there was almost 70. I said, the way they sprung it out of there.
I don't care if he was almost 90. And that should have been even more of a reason for him to step in and pull up his pants and jiggle them church van keys on his pocket and say, young man, let me talk to you.
Right. I'm like, that's literally not an excuse. Somebody could, that was a whole business. I hate that. I wish I was past it. It's always a sore spot for me to have these kind of these conversations when it comes to black women, because all I think of is so many black women's lives were changed and transformed. They're not the same people they were 5 years ago behind advocating for y'all.
Oh, Jesus. The way that we stood on the streets.
The way is so many women that are not who they were. Their lives have been forever changed. No matter what they're doing right now, it changed advocating for y'all. So you mean to tell me this is where we are now? It bothers me. I know I get I come from an emotional place with that, but I do. I'm sorry. I fucking do. It bothers me. I'll get there, but we just not there yet.
There are so many black women who are currently incarcerated behind trying to hold their man down.
Right.
Period. In the sentence. There are a lot of women in federal penitentiaries right now overdoing the case because they ain't had no convictions, priors, or anything like that. Get pulled over with they dude. Dude convinces them, yeah, shawty, I got you. Just take this charge from me. And now you going down for 15 to 30 because they going to give you the maximum every single time. I am no longer in a space where I am going to advocate and or teach or educate black women to put themselves down in the name of pulling a black man up. I'm not doing it. Now, what I will do is advise some black men to go get therapy. I will advise them to get sobadas because men have womb spaces too. They may not have a uterus, but they have a pelvic bone and the space in between that is a womb. And they got all kind of stuff trapped up off in their womb. They got issues. They got daddy issues. They got mama issues. They got grandparent issues. They got abandonment issues. They got insecurities. They have attachments. It's so many. Jesus Christ. I can't imagine the weight of walking around this world every day as a black man. When you're not wanted at home, you're not wanted in the streets, you have to fight for everything you have. Black man, I see you and I understand it. I know it's hard. I know it's painful. I know it's a lot. But don't come dump that burden on me as a black woman and expect me to hold all of that and all of mine and then build you back up when I can't expect the same in return. I can't, and let me be clear. I don't mean me. I can absolutely expect the same in return from the black men that are in my life.
Yeah. I
don't know what everybody else doing, but all the black men who I couldn't expect that from are no longer in my life. Period.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing it no more. It's not my job.
No.
I didn't birth you. I'm not raising you. I will love you from a distance. Just like Big Mama do that cousin that used to steal because she was on crack. She can't come in the house no more. That don't mean her granny don't love her, but she can't come in the house because, baby, we don't trust you until you've shown yourself to be trustworthy.
Yeah.
So you're going to stay on the porch. I'll bring a plate out to you. We can sit out here and talk, but you can't come in my house. And that's how I feel about it right now, which also makes it very hard for dating because that's how I feel.
Look, we've been on lockdown. We've been on lockdown. I ain't touched y'all.
Now I'll be like,
I ain't touched y'all in so long.
I want to let you come in the house, but I just feel like you're still. So.
I feel like I want to let you come in the house, but I think you still.
I think you're still. And, double entendre. So, no.
No more killing, stealing, and destroying over here.
No, you can't leave your trauma in my womb. You cannot. We can't. If you're not trying to have deep conversations about the goals that we wish to manifest before we get in this bed and have sex together, then we can't actually be in the bed together because sex magic is real. So while y'all out here worried about what Kiki baby daddy doing, what is that man thinking about when he's nutting inside of you? What are you thinking about when you making it rain all over him? And if they're not aligned, then you got a whole lot of mismatched energy going on. And
we got to think about the fact that like people leave that energy in you because they want to bench you. I need y'all to understand that's a thing. Yeah. That ain't coming from a bitter place. First of all,
it's coming from facts, Libby.
Folks that's why they get frustrated when y'all live y'all best life. People are motherfuckers that have a goal to bench you.
I mean, it's from the bottom of my heart.
Bench you.
I had sex in the Tower Club parking lot way back in the day. Oh, we gotta hold on, y'all. We got to hold it.
But not her twirling.
Oh, she got to go. Yes, I got you. Listen, while she going to potty, I'm gonna tell y'all this story about the Tower Club. Maybe, I guess we gonna see. So this is a long time ago. Tower Club security don't be trying to come for me. I had was dating a guy. Was in college. I was like 19. He was like 25. maybe a little older than that. I don't remember. I wasn't 21 yet. I knew that. And he had took me to the Tower Club. We was having a good old time. But I had been having arguments with this man because he kept wanting to have sex with me without a condom because he intentionally and purposely was like, I want you to have my baby. I am a junior in college at this point. There's nowhere in the plan that I want to have a baby at all. Like, nothing within me wants to have a baby at this point in time in my life. And I've expressed this to him. I've told him, like, I like you. I love you. We've been rocking together for a minute. I'm all game to have a child with you, but just let me get my degree. And he flat out was like, no, to the point where I became afraid to sleep with him. And the reason I bring up the Tower Club is because we had gone to dinner, feeling good. We got in the parking lot, and he was like, hey, and I was like, hey. And so we did, hey. And that's when I realized he was taking condoms off. So then I was like, okay, well, now I just can't trust you because I've already expressed and communicated my desires to you. But at 17, 18, 19 or 20, this man was trying to make a decision for me that I had communicated very clearly that I didn't want made for me. And after he communicated that, I had to make a choice. I didn't feel comfortable being with him anymore. I didn't feel safe being with him. I didn't have the language to describe what was going on in my mind at the time, but I absolutely knew what was up and what was hot. And I had to cut that off because he had already had children. He already had like 2 children that were, I don't know, has it been like 5 or 7, something like that. He already had kids. So now you got kids already and you finna try and get me pregnant. This is a lot of pressure, and I'm not even out of college, and you know what my goals and my dreams are, and you trying to trap me. So, man, y'all really be out here trying to make it seem like y'all not trying to trap somebody, and y'all do. But y'all not trying to trap us for the right reasons. Y'all trying to trap us for your own selfish gain. Because that didn't have anything to do with wanting to have a child with me. That had something to do with wanting to prove a point to himself about his own virility, about his own ability to be a dad. It didn't have nothing to do with me. And that's the problem. Most of the things that we out here doing, that men are doing directed towards women, whether they be black or white, men are still men. Biologically, there are things that y'all do to try and hurt and harm us, and that's not cool. Sorry, I get...
Listen. Do what you need. Look, the camera was still on you the whole time. You good.
Listen, I just told the Tower Club story, but I give it I was like, well, I'm going to just tell it while we're here now. I started it. Just a quick overview, synopsis, because we might have to run this back because I was really just in here rambling. I was rambling.
This is all we edit.
My uterus was starting to throb a little bit. I was like, oh, Jesus. Okay. It's all right. I know it's cycle time tomorrow or Saturday.
Dick, I just came off, man. This week, I was just feeling like, you ever had one of them weeks where you like, nothing makes sense right now. I'm just tired, and I just really want to shut down.
Oh, yesterday I rode around the city irritable all damn day, and I got left the car dealership, and I was irritable.
Yesterday.
I walked in the house with a whole pout on my face. My daddy was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I'm just agitated. And he was like, Clarice is not the... I was like, I know it's not, but I'm agitated. And I just want to be agitated for a minute.
It's okay to feel your feelings.
Yeah, no, I felt them. And then I went and made some Rotel today, and I didn't feel them quite so bad no more.
Not Rotel being the formula to fix our problems. What we doing right now? We having Rotel. I took 2 weeks off. Like, you know what? I'm going to take 2 weeks and just like breathe and decompress. I feel like I worked the whole time.
You did, because I had to tell you last week, don't take
She
your ass
said,
to the
don't
studio.
come in the studio. Y'all don't understand. I work. I
does.
need y'all to know. I'm a one-woman show. Everything is me.
Okay.
But I be needing to get these thoughts off sometimes.
Well, when you tell me I'm taking off for my birthday and I'm not going to the studio, I'm just going to chill, da-da-da-da-da. And then the day before your birthday, you in the studio. And the day after your birthday, you in the studio.
I was literally.
So then when we get to the next week, I don't want to hear nothing no more about you. I'm not going to the studio.
I set myself up. And you know what? The thing is, we coming, season 2 is about to wrap up. Season 2 is supposed to have been over like a month ago, to be honest. But I was like, you know what? We're going 2 months ago. But I had some things to say. But I feel like I'm closing it out with black women that got some shit to say, that messages that y'all need. The South really got something to say. And it's the next couple of episodes finna jack y'all up. Well, I ain't gonna hold you.
Listen, and I
black
feel like
women got
tame.
something to say. I think you are, because I think at this point we know what it is.
I'm being really tame tonight. I mean, other than I still want people to be. I'm sorry, y'all. My mama was texting me, and I don't play about my black mama. I don't care what I'm doing or where I'm at. I'm answering.
We don't care. We be real in here.
I'll be like, Florence, got it. I keep flight money on the side just in case something happen. But nah, that I've been popping my and I think that's why. Also, I did 5-6 sobadas earlier today. So energetically,
how do you feel?
I felt emotionally tired. Like emotionally tired, and now I know when I get home tonight I'm physically tired, and then now that my uterus is starting to cramp, I know that that's some of the energy from today that I didn't fully get to do my full routine because I left there, went home, made my rotel, was talking to my mama, and then got ready to come here. So when I go home tonight, it's going to be a whole thing. I'm shutting down and I'm going to bed. I'm cutting the phone off. I'm going into the zone.
I want to do that. It's so many apps that popped up this week. It's overload for me at this point. It is. I have to check myself. Like, you consumed a little bit too much. And when there's things that got to do with black women, that takes me to a space. Jesus. Back in the day, I could just deactivate for a couple of months. We can't do that right now.
Google digital well-being is too deep in my business because they tell me from my bedtime, they let me know how many hours I've spent on the apps and which apps, and then how much time I actually spent in the bed sleep. And I've been struggling with going to sleep since the last time I was here. I don't sleep at the regular business people hours. I have studio hours for my naps and my rest. And then, like, I'm in the bed most of the times. No, that's a lie. I'll be up at, like, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning making content.
Look, when it
hit, it hit.
Well, do you sleep? Do you dream? It's a dumbass dream. Like, do dreams mean anything to you?
Absolutely. I have very vivid dreams. My ancestors and my spirit guides communicate with me very loudly and clearly. And even when dreams don't make sense to me, they circle back around. So, for instance, and I have a dream journal, and I document my dreams, especially the ones that I remember. I document my dreams. You have to. Because
I dreamed about a rat this week. It was a big rat.
Whether it's a rat, a building falling over, a rainbow popping up in the sky,
I want to know what it means. I'm like, it was a rat. And last time I had a dream like that, it was about a year ago. I dreamed about a rat, and I feel like it's got to mean, why did I have a dream about a big ass rat?
I mean, is there some rats in your life?
I feel like I've been on a whole lot of cleansing in these episodes recently. I feel like it's motherfuckers in the mist that I need to keep an eye on. And I don't like saying it out loud because it feels very arrogant.
It ain't arrogant, it's facts. Niggas see you and they want a piece of it, and they gonna do whatever they can to try and get a piece of it by any means necessary. So I'll give you an example, right?
Go ahead.
2021, I had a dream. I wrote the dream on a sticky note. Didn't make no sense to me whatsoever. I had a dream that 2 people that were very close to me had read my journal out loud. Like literally the strumming my pain, the lyrics. I had a dream that we were that we were at a house that was very familial to me. And I walked in a room and I found these 2 people reading my diary out loud to my family and all my friends. And I didn't understand what that dream meant. Fast forward to 2023, April of this year, I cut those people out of my life because I realized they didn't mean me no good. And then all the things started making sense. And shortly after I cut them out of my life, I found that sticky note and some stuff I was unpacking. And I was like, my dreams tried to warn me that I couldn't trust them with my intimate thoughts.
These were people that you told your business to?
Always.
Oh, these were like safe
This was supposed to be my safe space. And so when I had that dream, it rattled me because I couldn't understand why I would be dreaming about these people harming me in any type of way, shape, form, or fashion. Then when I realized what time it really was, and I was like, oh, okay, they gotta go. Then 2 months later, finding that sticky note, or a month, 2 months later, finding that sticky note and being like, oh, well, dang. October 3rd, 2021 tried to warn me. But lately, I have anxiety dreams. I've talked to dream analysts before about my dreams. I have my dreams the last 4 months have been all anxiety dreams. It's always about me trying to go somewhere and something going wrong. Whether it's me trying to go to the airport and I get delayed, or I leave my luggage at home, or I just can't get to the airport, or me being on a bus and something happening on the bus, me being on a train. And then also, none of these things are ever like the typical what you would imagine in your mind as an airport. It's always some Jetsons type futuristic underwater airport that I'm trying to get to, and I'm trying to ride the monorail to get to the airport.
A forbidden place? I'm trying to make sense. I'm trying to make sense to
But-
your dreams.
Listen, but the dream analyst was like, the theme that keeps coming up is that there's always a delay or there's always a rush and you're having anxiety. So I know that there's some stuff that I'm trying to process because the anxiety is starting to come out of my body in different ways. I've been breaking out in hives randomly every day. I look down, and because I'm a herbalist, because I spend time like paying attention to myself and these things, I know I'm looking around. So I'll be sitting on my bed, and all of a sudden my arm will just be broke out. You see my arm right now? Ain't no bumps.
Right.
I'll send you a picture tonight, and it'll be bumps all over my arm. And I'll be like, what just happened? And then I'll put something on it. They go away. And then maybe 15 minutes later, this arm will break out. And I'll be like, okay, what's going on? Or it'll break out up here. And I'm like, okay, this is stress. This is stress and anxiety. So what am I not addressing? So now.
What are you not addressing?
I'm journaling more. I'm like, no, we don't just journal in the middle of the day. Any thoughts that's coming up, because I am not doing something that I need to do. I'm not being obedient.
Not doing something you need to do because you're not being obedient. I feel like that might be what it is. When you start, I call it feeling stopped up. If I don't journal because that was always my outlet. I feel like I'm stopped up. Like something needs to come out on paper because that's when shit makes sense. It turns into my little prayer language. But yeah.
What's so wild is I think they about to start popping up on my arm right
Man,
there.
I wish you would start having a reaction in here. What the hell?
They're so wild because after I touched it, I was like, okay, now it itches a little bit. And I'm looking down and I'm like, oh, that's a bump. Okay. So yeah, it happens. Like my body is having stress reactions and anxiety reactions, and then it happens in my sleep. And part of me not sleeping is because I'm up thinking about all the things that I need to do to try and get to where I want to get to so that I can get there quicker and faster.
But you said quicker and faster. Do we really need to get there quicker and faster?
No, we don't.
What is it that's making you feel? What is it that makes us feel like we need to speed it up?
My bills.
Up.
Like, we're going to fax my bills. Okay. The fact that I'm ready to leave the country yet again and I have to be coin conscious and I can't just go get on the flight the way that I want to or the way that I used to. The fact that I have made the conscious decision that I don't want to work in politics anymore because that is draining to me in a way that it's just not healthy. I thought about the playlist I had. They used to be deep gospel. I was listening to Marvin Sapp's Perfect Peace.
Marvin Sapp gonna do it
every
day. Time.
Tried smoking Norfolk. I had a whole playlist of slow gospel jams.
Smokey is my must.
But I shouldn't have to listen to this just to get ready for work. I shouldn't have to listen.
We all did.
So then why are we going to that job if I got to have a perfect peace moment?
So have you noticed that jobs when you're making the moment? Because I cut my income like in half this year intentionally. Mm-hmm. I was probably bringing in more money than I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. But I looked at how I was going out as well. But I also know that my peace was being disrupted in the way that I was getting it. So I was like, okay, something has to go.
It's very hard.
I made the choice to do it.
Listen, it was a mutual agreement for why I'm no longer employed.
Oh, okay, mutual.
That's all I'll say about that. Now, since then, I have applied for other positions. I have been recruited for other positions. Been recruited and then not offered the job or told my resume had bounced back, which also just makes me feel like you just found a black woman on LinkedIn so that you could say you had enough black people apply for this job.
Yeah, they have to hit a quota, a certain amount of interviews. It's all sales. Y'all, it's all sales.
It's all sales and marketing.
It's all sales and marketing.
So yes. It just agitated me. I don't want to be back in that space. And then the DNC sent me an email for the job that I did in 2020. They sent me the email for the job for the 2024 cycle. It wasn't just to me. It was like to everybody in our
okay.
And no, it wasn't.
Like, wait a minute, hold on, what?
It wasn't just to me. It was to everybody in our listserv. But what I noticed is that the difference between 2020 and 2024 is they have this person doing text messaging and email. I only did text. Those are two different animals. And I oversaw a team that sent 10 million text messages in 2020 on election day. I'm not quite sure how somebody is going to be able to do 10 million text messages and email. And if I had to guess, the salary is probably going to be around the same, maybe 10,000 more than what I was making at the time.
10,000 more.
I would have to be insane to put myself back through that stress.
And it's gonna be that. I mean, and you have to think about it all the time, especially if you're trying to fly under the radar and you just checked out. That sucks.
So I would rather spend my time helping people with their broken boxes.
Come on, broken box.
Picking pussies up off the floor. Like Lotto said, put it on the floor, but we gonna pick that womb up.
Pussies off the floor.
Like look, you want your kitty to be ripped out the plastic and feel brand new. I'm trying to be here to help you, okay? I want people to hot girl summer appropriately this year, which means that we need to put your womb back in place because y'all been over somewhere going to Pound Town, and that's the problem. That Pound Town video kind of did some numbers on me.
Thugging with my round. Yeah, it did.
I'm thugging with my rounds. I'm thugging with. If you might know me from my commercial on YouTube. If you have been out of town thugging with your rounds, then you may be entitled to some compensation in the form of a Mayan womb massage. Don't be out here thugging with your rounds.
Remind them how to find it, though. Tell the people we've been talking about these Mayan womb massages for a minute.
We have been talking about these Mayan womb massages for a minute. Y'all need to go to Herbun, Herbun Healing.com to get this womb massage. You can also follow me at Herbun Healing. On Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Soon to be Spiel, because Cookie gonna slide me a thread. Go to the barbecue. I want to go to the barbecue.
It's the gatekeeping that I love. The fact that they're saying don't let them in here.
Please don't let them in here.
They fighting.
Listen, can we just have an honest moment for
Do
a
it.
second? So I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you, and we're going to in turn be honest with your audience, right?
Okay.
I went through a phase when I was in the movement space where I was like, damn, I got to go find me a girlfriend or a white man.
Pause.
What I discovered is that the black women who were functioning healthy, outwardly functioning, that appeared to be healthy, mentally stable, emotionally secure, financially stable and secure, were either lesbian or were dating and or married to a white man. And then
Not me playing back these relationships.
And she doing the numbers in her head like, well, yeah. And this is not to
Oh my God.
This is not to come against anybody or to try and listen. I'm all for love is love. You be with who you need to be with. You be with what you rocking with. But I went through a moment where I was like, well, what is it that they recognize about finding love in these spaces that I'm still trying to seek in the black male community? That they have obviously figured out that's not where it's at. Or at least that's not where it's at for them. They're not getting the support. They're not getting the comfort. They're not getting the love from black men that they getting from these white men who are like, babe, I saw you had a long day. I think I just want to take you to Napa Valley for the weekend. They not with these women who are out. They're not with their partners who are seeing them come home and like, hey, I know you was on your feet all day. I already got the bubble bath going. The toys is on the side of the bed.
Oh my God. I remember somebody, I ain't gonna say who it was, she used to leave her dick on the counter. And that thing was massive.
Massive penises. The straps be strapping. Also, allow me to take this time to say that straps will mess your womb up too. Because I don't know if I said that the last time, but I want to make sure I emphasize, just because it's not a biological penis doesn't mean that it won't also move your womb to the left or to the right. It might even move it more because it's silicone and it's pushing on stuff that it shouldn't be pushing on. Be gentle. That's it. That's all. That's my. If you don't remember anything else I've told y'all tonight, remember that straps will misalign a womb too. But yeah, I thought about that for a while. I was like, man, I got to get a white man, or else I'm not gonna make it in the movement.
Oh my God.
I got to get a woman, or I'm not gonna make it in the movement. And what was so wild is that my homegirls kept asking me like, "Where's your girlfriend at?" I don't have one.
But everybody just threw a label on you.
Threw it. Listen, they've been throwing label. I've been 6 feet tall since I was 12. So they've been throwing and hooping, dressing like a whole dude. Because where you getting size 13 shoes at 12? So yes, I was wearing Nikes. It wasn't because I was trying to express my masculine. It was because that was the only shoe that fit my foot. Okay? Which then meant I had to have a crispy polo and some Jinkos. Because you got to coordinate. I couldn't be out here in a sunflower dress with the Cortezes.
Oh my God.
It's a different time now.
You're right.
But yes, they did try and put it on me, like really tried to convince me that I was lesbian or that I needed to, like, that I was out here dating women and wasn't letting them know. I mean, would I enjoy a cup of pussy? Sure.
Do I want girl to? Say I like a nice cup of pussy
like
on a cold winter day.
That's it. I would love a cup of pussy.
I don't need a bowl. I don't need a whole bowl, just a cup.
1 or 2 cups of pussy and I'll be good for life. I don't need the whole pitcher of pussy. I'm all right. I'm good. Me and my partner can share.
She was on to something.
She was. We can share.
Don't call me white girl was on to something.
We can share a cup of pussy with me and my partner. But do I want the whole picture of it? No, I don't want a bowl. I don't want a picture. I just wanted a cup.
Having said that, but in the meantime, she gonna still help y'all.
I will. I'll still help y'all. I'll still help. I will still help
wounds.
Black men and black women. You gonna pay me though. Well, I don't know what camera to look in. You gonna pay me though, and you gonna pay me what I'm worth off top. Hard eye roll. Off top. Pay me what I'm worth.
With that being said,
come on now.
We gonna thank the good sis for coming back on here today.
Thank you, Cookie, for having me back. I'm sorry. I feel like my energy was down, but like
we going through some stuff.
We had a pregame before the thing started, and
I always tell y'all, baby, we had a 2-hour conversation before this started.
Woo! That 2-hour conversation was
baby,
it was beautiful,
baby,
but it was heavy. It was heavy, and then before that,
things that have to be said, that have to come out, that need to be discussed, that need to be unpacked. When I say we unpack here, y'all be thinking this shit is a game. No, baby, we unpack.
We unpack it, and I'm probably gonna get ran up out the city.
We are.
Get ran up out the city, get ran up out the movement. Now I done got up here talking about all the movement folks is dating white men and women's, and I'm going to get put up out of here. And I'm sorry, let me not just say women, because I don't want to misgender folks. They dating a lot of non-binary, transgender individuals as well. I don't want to. My point is, I wasn't dating a white man, and I was not a member of the LGBTQI community. I was definitely big A energy. And big A energy was not being checked for the same way. Sorry, I know that. I just want to clarify.
We can just, we tell the truth here. Sometimes it's an uncomfortable truth. Whatever it is, we're going to speak it. No, I just got to tell y'all this. And I have people that DM me now in light of recent events. Well, just in the past month or two, like, hey, I want to come on, baby. Don't just come on here looking to just talk about business and promoting your shit, baby. I'm going to get in your shit.
No, because
we're going to talk about some things. I might make you a little, maybe not uncomfortable, but you have to be okay with being real with yourself and holding a mirror up if you are wanting to come on here and chat, especially in this space.
Be ready for it.
At this time.
Be ready for it. Authenticity is real.
Authenticity is what's going to do it for you. I don't give a damn about y'all with these large followings and all of that. I realize the most transformative stories, that ain't what drives it. Like, are you really ready to talk about what's going on behind your success and what you're building for yourself? Like, are you really ready to talk about the discomfort?
And the accountability.
This ain't no, and I know I'd shared clips before where folks thought I was like bashing men and stuff. No, listen to the whole thing. It's always accountability here, but we gonna talk about the stuff that y'all don't want to discuss. And I love that she brought up the fact that, like, yo, you could talk about Keke Palmer all day long, but let's talk about who you sleeping with, the baby daddy you got, or the husband or the boyfriend or whoever that you dealing with the same stuff. Are you okay with talking about your shit?
Because I wouldn't be able to say any of those things if I didn't have to have a hard look in the mirror and go, girl, you really let that man nut in you? You really let that man nut in you?
You let that man knock your self-esteem down?
Jesus Christ.
You let that man get one over on you? We have these conversations with ourselves. I would never speak about anything if I was not cool with talking about the mistakes I've made, the things I've allowed, the okie doke. We listen.
Take me out for a drink. I'll tell you all about how I messed my life up a couple of times. I just told the lady who was in here before, I was like, I was in a whole abusive relationship. She was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, well, listen.
It happened.
It happened. It was what it was.
It was what it was. When you ready to get in your shit, then you DM me. And I've told people before, I said, do me a favor. Go back and just listen to a couple of episodes. Then come back and see. Please come back.
Y'all want to come hang out with Cookie?
You want to come hang out with me? Be ready. There's so much more that happens outside of this recording. There's the before and there's the after. And she is not lying. We had a 2-hour conversation before we even started recording. We are grown. When I say grown folk trenches, I mean the goddamn grown folk trenches. If you ain't about that life, go on now.
Cause you're gonna get your feelings hurt a little bit, and
You
you're gonna
gonna
have to
get your
stand. And you
feelings
gotta
hurt.
stand on what you believe in when you come in here.
Stand on your...
You got to stand on your square and be firm, because we don't agree about everything.
We don't.
We absolutely don't agree about everything. But am I gonna respect her opinion at all times? And am I gonna come in here prepared to stand on my opinion and my thoughts and my beliefs? Absolutely, I have to be. That doesn't mean I'm in here to convince her to do anything differently or to be anybody that she's not. This just means this is my perspective. I'm going to let you figure it out. Same way I gave her that Welcome to Dallas talk, and she wasn't trying to hear me while I was standing outside of Snow
and I was
Baguette.
green. I was green to Dallas. I was new to Dallas.
Shout out to everybody who listened to the second, to Mattress on the Floor, because then y'all know exactly what we talking about.
Because you know this is called Mattress Off the Floor. This is Welcome to Mattress Off. We took the mattress off the floor. It started on the floor. We had to get real with ourselves. And now we can go ahead and put it on a bed frame. The mattress is on the bed frame now.
Somebody from the town was like, niggas from the city love keeping the mattress on the floor. And I cackled. I was like, oh, it's a regional thing. Y'all love
y'all mattresses on the floor.
Just say you couldn't afford the frame, my friend.
Man, the frames don't even be costing that much, depending on where you can get one for the low.
They don't.
But I mean, come here with your. I mean, we're gonna talk about why your mattress is not on the floor, and we're gonna get to a point where we can put it on a bed frame. But we're gonna have a conversation.
We might have to put it on cinder blocks and
we would be ready to talk about it. The amount of times I've left here and had to go home after we've discussed something and been like, all right, so that hit a spot with you. Why? Are you ready to have the conversation about why this topic triggers you? Because you ain't going to keep going hard about a topic if it's not triggering you in some way. Are you willing to talk about the root? Or do you want to just keep deflecting and talking about everybody else's dirty bag and you don't want to unpack your shit?
Yikes.
What?
Them bags be dirty on the inside.
Bags be dirty.
They don't think people see it, but we see
We
it.
see
baby, when
it.
you
My
open
bag
it.
be dirty. You can tell when my bag is overflowing. You can see it in my face. I can't lie. You can hear it in my tone.
I would dump my actual purse on the table right now if I felt like it, so y'all can see how hot mess of my life is and my secrets, because they hiding in that purse too. But
we gonna talk about it. We gonna come from a real place, because if we can't come from a real place, how can we expect you to trust us?
woo, because so much of what I do is about trust and consent.
I don't want to listen to nobody with a platform that I can't trust. Let me hear your shit first.
Come on now.
I don't want to hear you talking about I'm here to heal black women. I'm here to do all. Girl, what's your story? Don't be out here trying to pull everybody else's trauma out of them, and we don't know shit about you.
No.
I don't know nothing about you, but you want me to lay my burdens down at your altar, and for you to capitalize off my insecurities, off
Man, I get y'all.
Stop playing with me. Stop playing with people.
Cookie want me to
Put
get
the
y'all,
mic down.
want me to get y'all the
Put the
exclusives.
fucking mic down.
Oh no, but they can't, because
Put
this
the
is
mic
how they
down.
run from the things that they are really about, by getting on the internet and saying
Nah,
things
baby.
that don't make no sense. My Instagram videos have been picking up a little bit lately, like
A lot, actually. I've been watching them.
Thank you. After the podcast, I was like, oh, so this is what y'all respond to.
Yeah.
Let me rock with it. Then stuff been picking up. It's been picking up on YouTube as well. But I tell everybody that's like, oh, I love what you're saying. I'm talking to myself.
It's always about self first.
Any and everything that I'm saying, I'm talking to myself, whether
Always.
it's the version of who I am right now or the version of who I was before or who I want to be. I absolutely am a 2-time sexual assault survivor. I absolutely dated a whole nigga that was knocking me upside my head, driving my car to work while I was walking to work in the snow.
Jody.
I was Yvette. Only difference is he cooked and kept the house clean. But, prison niggas clean better than anybody else. So there's that. This nigga also had me down bad on drugs. This is the exclusive.
Oh.
So there's that. But that's my life. That's my trauma. And I'm not finna sit up here and sugarcoat it and play about it for nobody. Those are the things that I had to go through to get here. I absolutely am a reformed sugar mama. That's why a nigga can't get a nickel up out of me now.
Oh.
Because I have tricked off plenty of dollar in the name of wanting to be loved. When I think about the places when I think about the decisions I made because I was so desperate and thirsty, self-esteem was in the trash can. Self-worth did not understand what self-worth was beyond my pussy, beyond what I could do with my mouth, beyond what I could do with my body and my hands and this, that, and the third, when that's not even the tip of the iceberg of who I am and my amazingness. It's all up here.
Right. Come on.
But I had to go through some things and get there. The fact that I'm still sitting over here a whole slim BBW. Did you know that was a thing? Because I didn't know it was a thing. I thought I was just a BBW, but then the people had told me that I'm actually a slim BBW. And levels. I was like, I didn't know there were levels to this. And they were like, yeah, because you're taller and you're I didn't know. I just thought I was fat.
Curves. Well, no.
I don't even have curves. I don't. There is no ass back there. There is no hips.
The titty is tittying.
The titties are tittying. Thank you, Dr.
Breastfeed
Pesa.
a small ornament.
Thank you to Dr. Pesa for giving me good upright titties. I appreciate it. They sit up nice and right. But I don't have no booty. My mama said I would know I had hips if my belly wasn't so big. So there's that. But the black women in my family are ruthless. Okay? They keep it real. She's like, you have hips if your belly wasn't so big. But
thanks.
If I can't have these real conversations with myself, like I know why I'm this big still. Because it's easier for me to help other people than to help myself. I eat my emotions flat out. So when I'm stressed, when I'm mad, when I'm angry, I'm eating my emotions. I quit eating my emotions as much, and I have been losing weight. Last month I lost 10 pounds, so we're getting closer to the goal. Let me just tell y'all right now, when I get to 270, it's over for you niggas. Over for y'all. I realized it was 100 pounds.
Not you doing quick math.
I think it's about 125 pounds between me and Megan. That's the only difference. I was like, oh, so I could have that? If I just put down the fudge cakes and didn't go make rotel and wasn't ordering Mexican food. But that's neither here nor there. I can have these honest conversations. Yeah, I'm not going to sit up here and play with I just live a holistically pure life. No. I wake up sometimes at 10 o'clock in the morning and won't mess around and eat till 3. That's not me doing my body right or taking care of my metabolism. The little ruler just hit us with it. But I gotta keep it gangster with myself. If I can't be honest with myself about what I'm doing and what I've been through and where I need to go in life, then it's not gonna help me help anybody else. I have to be honest with myself. I have to be honest with what I'm doing, where I'm going, how I'm getting there. I have to be honest about what I've been through. I gotta be honest with myself. Or else I'm never going to be able to heal myself, let alone even try and heal somebody else. And again, who you want touching you or doing stuff for you if you can't trust them? And you can't trust them if they don't trust themselves. I trust myself wholeheartedly. Y'all, sorry, I got distracted because it's a whole lot of adorableness going on out there right now. I feel like she's trying to put on a photo shoot. She is too cute. She doing a whole photo shoot outside. Is she dancing to Grace's Corner? Because that's what I wake up to. Girl, no,
the phone died, and she's like, okay. See, but
because I wake up to Grace's Corner in the morning now.
It is
Mama
what it
on the
is.
boat, Mama on the boat, Mama on the boat, Mama on the boat, Daddy on the boat, Daddy on the boat, Daddy on the boat, Daddy on the boat, gonna rock the boat. The boat.
Oh my God.
Wiggle. Yeah, I'm Gracie's Corner and I don't have nobody's kids, but I definitely.
It don't matter. Gracie gonna do what Gracie gonna do.
Row your boat gently down the stream. Yeah.
We said all that to say. I said this earlier this week. I said, we leave the mask for Halloween. We save the mask for Halloween around here.
Hit the equipment in my bed.
We save the mask for Halloween.
Boo bitches.
And I hope to God that this helps you really. I hope it helps you to face yourself, because everybody is. Come on.
See, but when you just said we save the mask for Halloween, I'm gonna do you Halloween. These bitches walking around like Jim Carrey out here. They didn't put the mask.
Smoking.
The people told you don't pick up that burden, and you picked it up, and now it's permanently attached to your face, your spirit, your body, your soul. Just like them people told Jim Carrey don't put that mask on. He put it on and then was walking around smoking for the rest of the movie. So no, I don't even want to put the mask on at Halloween. I don't want to put the mask on never. Mask off. Like
Matt, look,
Future.
like Future. And that's just what it is. And that's just really the moral to all of this. You can put the bed on the frame. You can take it off the floor, but you're going to have to be honest first. So I got to thank Clarice for coming back up in here.
Thank you for
doing what
having
she
me,
does.
Cookie.
Every time black women come together and have a real conversation somewhere in the hood, a little black girl's edge is strengthened. And I'm going to stand on that. I don't care. So,
Amen.
that being said, thank you so much for tapping in with me today. We will see you next time. Where applicable, wear your mask, wash your hands, socially distance. When you get a free moment, please remember to clean out your dirty bag. Till next time.
Well, darling, there's only one God. Darling, there's only